This is a interesting interview. I actually just finished up an interview with Kakoa. I don't know if you know, he's a wrestler in Florida. Did you guys wrestle in VCW?
I was just talking about him a few weeks ago when Alima came out to the Contender Series. He's out there in Florida. He just opened a new school, and I was really digging it. And I was creeping on. I think I went and followed him on Instagram too. Yeah, I wrestled with him on VCW. And in Pennsylvania, we used to wrestle at the Sanctuary too. And real cool dude, real cool. I remember saying, like, I wasn't really out of my shell back then. I remember seeing his headdress, and I was like, bro, that is the dopest headdress ever, bro. I love it. I love everything. You're awesome. So I'm really happy to hear about all the stuff he's doing out in Florida, man. That's really cool.
I asked him, I was like, you wrestled at VCW. Do you have any recollection of Blake Broadway? And he was like, Blake Broadway? I was like, he goes by JJ Blake now. And he was like, let me look him up on Google. And he's like, wait, I think I have a story about this guy. Did you give him a left arm clothesline and he was not happy about it?
No, I think that's somebody else who I did it to that was talking about it in the locker room. And the person I did it to, not going to mention no names, was not in position. So what happened, and I'm not going to call the names out, but I think he was at the show I was at when someone came up to me and started accusing me of egregious and malicious acts. I was just like, hey, brother, you was over here. I'm a righty. It just happened. Nah.
JJ, these are not my words, but these are Kakoa's. He said, I don't know if it's JJ Blake, but this guy apparently came back from the military, said he hadn't wrestled in a long time, and he gave me a left arm clothesline. And I remember him not being in the right position and us kind of getting into it backstage. Is that
wrong guy? Definitely not me.
Good. I was like, are you sure JJ Blake? That doesn't sound like JJ Blake.
Wrong guy. Getting this mixed up.
Good. But he was saying that he wants to come out to Texas and wrestle if you don't hate him. So let's get that.
No, bro, I love it. And it's great that I'm the wrong guy. No, whoever that is, they got heat, brother. No, I love him, man. And now you're gonna have me reaching out to him because it's a sign, man. It's a kind of a universal sign because I just talked about him a couple weeks ago. Someone brought him up to me. They're like, hey, I know this guy named Kakoa, and he has a skull. I was like, Kakoa? The Kakoa? Well, his hair is short now. Doesn't matter, bro. I love that dude. Yeah, no. So I talked about him a few weeks ago. And now that you're telling me that you just talked to him, mistaken identity aside, I need to hit him up. I'm going to hit him up. I would love to see him out in Texas for sure.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, I love the Batman Beyond shirt. That is awesome.
Okay, so funny story. It's not a Batman Beyond shirt. I bought this when Robert Pattinson's Batman came out, only because it looked like a Batman Beyond shirt. Yeah.
To be fair, I'm only seeing the wings.
No. It looks like Batman Beyond. No. This is straight up Batman Beyond. And that's why I was like, yo, you guys won't make Batman Beyond, but you'll put the logo out there and get my hopes up. So no, you're fine. I just let you know because I didn't want to have you like,
referencing.
Oh yeah. Just let you know it's actually their shirt, but thank you for calling it a Batman Beyond shirt. We will need to speak that into existence if Warner Brothers get their stuff together. Hopefully we can get that in this lifetime sometime.
Honestly, I'll keep taking animated movies over the DCEU. So as long as they just keep giving me animated movies, I'm happy. Right?
Yeah. That's all my HBO Max is just DC animated and the random movies, and then every now and then just Snyder Cut Justice League. animated, then it's like the Justice League Snyder Cut, animated, and then they just switch orders sometimes. Yeah, Young Justice or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know you were into superheroes like that. Oh man, I don't have my glasses on for these interviews, so there's no glare. So
this is Luke Cage. This is
nice.
Cyborg, Catwoman, Spawn, Will Smith's Hancock, and then Will Smith's Deadshot. Miles Morales, Static Shock, Killmonger, Storm, Black Panther. Can you see that? Yeah. From Mr. Incredibles, the Freezy guy from Mr. Incredibles. I forgot his name.
Oh, Frozone.
It was Frozone. We have Frozone. Samuel Jackson. I always say Nick Fury. John Stewart Green Lantern, Blade, Black Lightning, Okoye. Dang, what was the chick from Daredevil? Oh, Misty, Detective Misty,
Yeah.
and then Ironheart. And the glare is getting me now. But anyway, it's a cookout. It's a cookout.
Did you get that made, or
This is
did you
a
find that?
Christmas gift. This was a Christmas gift from Stephen Wolf. And even though he's kind of acting a fool right now, he's still the homie. He's still the homie. I ain't mad at him. But the Christmas gift, man, it was the best thing ever. Open that thing, man. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, freaking
Yeah.
out. Some figurines right here. I got Batman from Justice League Snyderverse. I got the Batman right here, Superman right here.
Yeah, I can see why Lance likes you so much, you know?
Hey man, I like to enjoy my life, and part
I
of
love
enjoying life is enjoying the comics.
Dude, I love that. By the way, I usually do a whole intro for these, but I kinda just wanna leave that in. Can we do that, or do you want me to cut it
Yeah,
out?
we just chilling right now, man. We just vibing.
Right.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, for all the listeners who, don't know, Lance is a friend of mine who is now training with JJ Blake at the Houston Premier Arena. Usually I do a whole intro where I talk about all your accomplishments, which let's actually list them off right now.
Yeah,
By the
let's
way,
just go.
guys, welcome to the Wrestless podcast. Today's guest is JJ Blake. He's a former Reality of Wrestling television champion, a former Vanguard Championship Wrestling United Liberty champion, and
Yep,
tag team champion. A new
yep,
Texas Lone Star champion, and he's the
yes.
current new Texas Tag Team champion with Torella Tempo.
Two time, sir. 2 time.
Two-time.
Yep, and the first ever. Don't forget the biggest one. The first ever new Texas heavyweight champion.
Yes. I gotta going off of that. When are you and Tempo gonna defend those belts, man?
Hey, look now. I'm on the. I've turned over a new leaf, but the couple of old qualities still remain. If I don't got to defend, brother, I'm not going to defend, brother. All right, okay, all right. No, I got some. We got a lot of things happening in New Texas right now. I got some of my kiddos acting the fool right now. So they're trying to jump on the wind dragon. So I've been kind of distracted lately. I've been real
Yeah.
distracted. And I told Temple, hey man, look, man, we'll get on the contender series and tear it up. But right now, let me handle the stuff I got going on in the house. Clean the house real quick because
Yeah.
they being some fools right now. The Dream Team. So
Yeah. I mean, during the time of recording, we just released the Dream Team episode today, right? And they were saying that how come when we were getting attacked and we were in trouble, JJ never came out and helped us. But as soon as we attacked the Wind Dragon, JJ's out here. What do you have to say about that?
look, man, what time was it? What day was it? Time and place, right? Okay. So I probably wasn't in the mood. I'll just be honest. JJ, Blake, I'm old. All right. My back hurts. I work with children, like come on now. That kind of thing right there is things that I need to just kind of take a step back and what's we're looking for. I gotta reflect. But at the time, wasn't in the mood. Now I'm in the mood. So it is what it is. And they just picked the
That
wrong time. So shame on them.
that is the most real answer I've gotten from a wrestler about a storyline. But I just didn't feel like it. I wasn't in the mood.
Listen, it's just now I'm here. Too bad. Sorry. Sorry, suckers. You messed up now,
Yeah. It's crazy because you've become a really prominent figure in Texas wrestling. Ever since we started doing this at Wrestless, the names that always pop up are like Ryan Davidson, JJ Blake, Kiefer Bartek. It's either like, oh yeah, JJ trained me, or like, yeah, JJ helped me out, or like, oh yeah, JJ helped me get on this show. And I said that to Kiefer too. We just interviewed him as well.
Yeah.
And you're a huge, but you're not a Texas native. And
Right.
but a lot of people get this wrong on your information. They say you're from Virginia, but I know you are not from Virginia.
I appreciate that. So here's the funny thing about that. Well, the biggest thing about that, I was running around my California flag and stuff, for a minute there, because a fan told me, "Oh, you're from Virginia," and I was like, "No, I'm not." "Yes, you are." "No, I'm not." And I got in a whole argument about this. I'm like, why am I arguing about where I was born at, bro? Like, what? We want to do a birther conspiracy or something? You want to get my birth certificate on a poll? Like birth certificate on a poll match? Like what's going on, right? So yeah, no, I was actually born in Sacramento, California, but when it comes to wrestling, I started in Virginia. That's where
Okay.
VCW pops up. I started in Virginia, and I think I started training like, man, when I was like, I tried out when I was 17. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So and then the rest is history. So definitely started in Virginia, but I'm from California.
Yeah, like if you go check out your Cage Side profile, it'll be like from Virginia. I'm like, they're lying to our faces.
That is so wild. I don't know who runs that, and I stumbled on it several years ago. I didn't even know it was a thing. And some things I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Other things I'm just like, bro, I've never wrestled here or there or wherever. Like I've never done. I'm like, okay, cool, but I don't know who runs it. So and I'm not gonna like. It's like Wikipedia. But you got to go in there and just like make changes and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just leave it alone. I guess you know.
Let people believe what they want about JJ
Yeah, I'm
Blake
like,
from
whatever.
now
They can
on.
have it. Yeah.
So what brought you to Virginia in the first place from California?
Oh man, my mom hated me. Yeah, she just like, "Hey, we're moving to Virginia," and I was like, "But why? But why?" Yeah, no, just one of the things where you moving around family and stuff like that.
Yes.
Um, well, I was not a fan at all. Like I was, I mean, and it sucked because like California's it's all sunny and it's nice dry heat and the parks are like I don't even know how to describe them, but it's like the very colorful, like, the plastic slides and stuff, and like it doesn't have bark, it has like little rubber chips. It's all just like renewable, all that fun stuff, right? And then I moved to Virginia, and it's like just like cold steel monkey bars. Like it's like monkey bars and like the little iron dome thing in the ground and a slide. I'm like, what is this tomfoolery? What is this nonsense?
Yeah.
And it really, really, really upset me. And I was like, well, my friends, like the typical kid stuff. But it grew on me, and I definitely love Virginia. It's definitely, you know, it's home. It's home.
Yeah.
I got two homes, East Coast, West Coast, and I'm actually thankful for being able to like grow up in two different parts of the country because it kind of gives you a different perspective on things other than just being in one place for a long time. Like we're not going to talk about native Texans that bad, but like these Texans be like, yo, I live in the whole world down here. I'm like, hey, bro, you got to get out some. And fun fact, I've met more people from Texas who haven't traveled outside of Texas than any other state. Any other state. Other states, people are like, oh, yeah, I've traveled here, traveled there. I've drove here, vacation there. Texans be like, yeah, I never got on the airplane before. I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, dude, that happens.
Yeah, that's nuts to me. That's utterly nuts.
If we need it, Texas got it. Why you need to leave?
I mean, like, okay, y'all got it. Okay, y'all got a nice beach, like a nice beach with like, clownfish and like coral reefs and stuff. Y'all got that?
Yeah, you go down to South Padre, like it's not terrible. Don't lie to me, JJ. Like you never been to South Padre? Like it's not that bad.
Actually, I haven't been to South Padre because I have this thing where I just don't want to go to like any beach in the States because I went to one overseas in the Pacific Ocean. And after that, I was just
Oh,
like, oh, I never need to go to another beach again. Like, this is
yeah.
the best thing ever. Yeah.
You've
So,
experienced greatness.
yeah. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, cool. And then so people bring up South Padre Island. I'm like, if I end up going down there, cool, I'll go down there. But not really trying to. Snow. Where can I find snow at in Texas besides a little dusting in Dallas every year? Where's the snow at? Where's the
Pan
snowboarding?
Panhandle. Indoor
In
snowboarding.
Oklahoma?
That's Texas, sir. Texas,
South
Oklahoma
Oklahoma?
border.
That's South Oklahoma, bro. Let's be real. I've been to
Oh,
North Texas, bros. You can't trick me. There ain't no mountains up there. There ain't no mountains. There's some hills up there. There ain't no mountains up there.
we got mountains in El Paso. All right, we're getting into a big debate about
I,
Texas.
I'm just saying. You said I don't have to leave because everything's here. So I'm just trying to figure out what all is here.
Everything I want. Let's say that.
Everything you want. Yeah, you got your Whataburger. You got your Texas flag
HEB.
and stuff, barbecue, and yeah, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
hating. It's all good. It's all good. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Blake. But you moved to Virginia. Were you always a lifelong wrestling fan, or how did wrestling come into your life?
Bro, I saw Undertaker turn on the lights. I saw Undertaker turn on the lights with his hands, and I was like, "Oh, that's real cool. That's real cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome." Undertaker just went, "Mm." And then the lights came on. I was like, This is the best thing ever. Like, what's not to like about this? The only thing that sucked is my older brother was a WCW fan, so he was a Hogan fan. So yeah, bro, we would fight. We would fight over. Yeah, you already know this is going Raw and Nitro, dude. We would go at it, trying to. Yeah, he and it some days we did want to see what happened on both of them. We were invested, but then like after a certain person came out or a certain time, I was divested. I was like, all right, cool. I saw what I wanted to see. Turn it back to Raw and keep it on there. Don't move it. And yeah, I think my mom took the cable box one time, like dead ass. My mom took the cable box. She took it in her room. She unhooked it and just took it away. And I want to say that's like I want to say that could have been when Mankind won the title. I think so. It was like a big night. Yeah.
No.
I think that's why I was so mad trying to watch it because everybody was like, "Watch Monday Night Raw, watch Raw, watch Raw." You got to watch it, and that's I think we was really rumbling over it. But yeah, my mom grabbed the cable box, man, and yeah, she unhooked it, took it to her room, and we just sat there sniffling, mad, trying to watch on analog or whatever the antenna, trying to see if we can catch something. Just it was nuts, man. But yeah, definitely since I can remember, wrestling is so cool. It's so I mean, especially back then, it's so diverse and it's so larger than life. And when you're young, especially when you're young and like don't got much going on, it's like kind of poor. Outside is the toy of choice, or whatnot. And we were lucky to have cable as is. And yeah, dude, it was just something to hang on to and grow up with.
Yeah, and you're obviously enjoying the product, but did you know that like I'm gonna do this when I grow up? I'm gonna be a professional wrestler. Or how was that decision made?
Bro, I I went to and apparently I got the date wrong. Let me see if I can remember the right date. When it was either SmackDown or Raw that did the first HD set, the first HD set ever when they debuted the little rectangular panels on the
Yes.
edges. Yeah, that was at Hampton Coliseum, I believe. And yeah, man, I was just watching Great Khali just walk to the back. It was the ECW taping before the actual show. And I just remember just going like, I can do this. What's it? Just a dumb idea. I was just like, I really need to do this. I should do this. I should try this.
Yeah.
And it was more so just like a belief that I could do it. That just kind of popped. It just kind of grew. And people always ask me kind of like how, what, when, why, all that fun stuff. I'm just like, I think it's because no one ever told me it was a dumb idea, and that's great for the people in my life. Like, well, okay, I didn't tell a lot of people, but the people that did know were just like, yeah, you got that, Like my best friend was
Okay.
like, okay. I told my best friend, I was like, we should do it too. You should do it with me, and he's like, nah, I'll leave it up to you. And he most definitely did. He most definitely did. And then
Yeah.
my other best friend was just like, bet, go for it. Um, so outside of that, anybody who didn't think thought it was a dumb idea, I actually didn't care about their opinion because it was just random people in high school. My parents didn't find out until like the week of. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to this place. I'm going to be a wrestler," and they're just like, Wait, what? What are you talking about?" And the only reason they knew is because I needed them to sign the waiver because I was 17. That's the only reason why they even
Oh,
knew. Yeah. Oh, mom tried, but it was too late. But it was too late. By the time I made up my mind, and then from that point to actually finding the place, getting the waiver, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, man, she really did try, and bless her poor heart, she failed miserably,
oh
miserably.
man.
Yeah, she tried to pull the, "Well, I'm not gonna sign off for you training." I said, "All right, bet." Wink. Figured it out, yeah, so
Yeah, man. Well, look where you ended up. One of the biggest wrestlers in Texas.
yeah.
Um, but you start training, and is this where you start training under Chris Escobar?
Yes, Chris, Esco, yeah, man, Esco, love that man to death. It was Esco and is it Joe King now? He changed his name a couple times. His name was Crotch at the time, so people were like, "Who trained you?" "Oh,
What?
yeah, Esco and Crotch." "What?" "Esco and Crotch." Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds pro wrestling. That's pro wrestling. That's pro wrestling, right? Um, but yeah, so Chris Escobar and Joe King, formerly known as Crotch, they trained me. But the best thing about where I trained at, and I'm super thankful about this to this day because I realized I realized how fortunate I was at the time. And it's really rare when you got a good situation. You usually kind of figure it out, months, years down the road. You're like, oh yeah, man, wow, I'm so happy this worked out this way because you find out other details that makes you more aware. No, I was able to train with. So we had all the veterans, the vets, brother. We had all the vets come through, all the people that were like at my point in time in career, basically, and they all shared knowledge and different knowledge. Phil Brown, he's still wrestling to this day. Phil Brown is a great, great human being. I mean, the best human being you ever meet. And
Yeah.
you come through and just hang out and help us out and just and teach us what he's good at. And then Damian Wayne, just like when you say pro wrestler, that's Damian Wayne is pro wrestler, like just big old tough ball guy. He had that great gravelly voice. I can't really do it. He had a gravelly, slow drawl, whatnot. Throws the prettiest elbow drop, prettiest power driver. I mean, just and he came through and helped us out. Pat Cusick will come through and help us out. PQ Preston Quinn would come through and help us out. I'm only naming 4 people. I want to say there's at least 6 that I'm probably forgetting 2, but the vets would just come through at random times, like every other week, a one day training, the other day training. They would just pop up, and they would just show us some stuff, man, and it was just great. And I remember thinking, like, this is really cool. I'm sure this is not how it usually is because usually you just have one trainer and that's it. So I got the best of like all worlds, and I think the best part of it was like they taught me how to act right, pretty much, like because a lot of wrestlers just be acting all kinds of crazy and stuff, and they're real big on like respecting people and respecting people that came before you. And that's even a point of contention in wrestling today. Like, oh, just because you're a vet, and just because you've been there a while, don't mean you're a vet. Even the word, I don't even use the word anymore, honestly. But just because you've been there a while doesn't mean that you automatically are qualified. Yes, I agree with that totally. But sometimes people just kind of just like, yeah, because I don't like what that person said, like, F them, they suck. I'm like, no, bro, like, they're just trying to help you out, man. They're trying to help you out. So I was just really fortunate, man. So that worked out for me.
It really did. And you mentioned Phil Brown, which
Yeah.
immediately makes me think of Black Hollywood, the greatest VCW tag team champions of all
How do
time.
you know this? How do you know this? Oh, you said Black Hollywood. I was like, that sounds familiar. Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Tell
Yeah.
me about Black Hollywood.
I got nothing for it. I really have nothing for dude. I don't even know. I don't
You
even know
guys
how
are
that even
tag team
came up.
champions.
I don't know how that came up though. I just like I can't remember who said that, but I think we were just sitting there, just yeah, hey man, yo, Black Hollywood, yeah, Black Hollywood, yeah, that sounds good. But it could have been a pitch from creative too. So I honestly I don't remember how that came up, but it was great, and we were just like, yeah, we're stamp of approval for sure.
Definitely. You guys ended up being quite a team in VCW, picking up the tag titles, holding it for a while. That wasn't the only title you held in VCW. You held the United Liberty Championship.
Yep,
Why
yep.
do all these belts sound so awesome? Why they have great names?
Dude, man, I don't know. I don't know. I want to give you a cool answer. Like, yeah, bro, just gravitate toward the cool belts. Nah, I don't. I don't know, man. It fits like a glove. It fits like a glove. Like it just happens. And the thing about the Liberty Championship, oh man, I loved it. I remember when I was talking about the Liberty Championship. Oh man, I was like, I'm a champion of all liberty, of your First Amendment, of your Second Amendment, and people were getting so mad. They were getting so mad. Yeah, the freedom to say what you want to say about me right now. Yeah, I gave that to you. Yeah, your guns, I gave that to you. Yeah, the freedom to plead not guilty. That was me. That was bro. People hated that. They would just boo me out the building, man. And I loved it, man. I loved that. That was a fun one for sure.
Definitely. And when we're talking about VCW, you're not JJ Blake. You're Blake Broadway.
Man, why you keep on bringing up my dead name, man?
Because it's so great. Why? how'd you come up with Blake Broadway? Because I saw the pictures of how you used to your old attire and stuff like that. I was
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
JJ Blake.
I still got them, man. Those tights are probably about 20 feet away from me right now. I know exactly where they're at, man. And I love them. I love them, man. They're just really solid, man. That gear is oh man. Yeah, so I don't have a cool story for that either. I was just like, man, when it gets some alliteration going, pretty much, man. Pretty much, I was on a long road trip, dude. I was on a really long road trip, and I'm just like, man, Blake, man, I don't even know what other bad ideas I came up with, but like that's what I stuck with. It had a ring to it. It had a ring to it, you know. The definition of the word Broadway, you know, not like Broadway like in wrestling terms of going to a draw, but like Broadway, like the showmanship and stuff like that, and like the New York City. So it's like that's what I'm going to go with. So that's what I did.
Okay. And did you step away from that name to JJ Blake when you came to Texas, or while you were
Yes.
okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about what was the decision to come to Texas? Was it because of Reality of Wrestling and Booker T?
Oh man, I don't even want to say because I don't want to say that because it makes it sound like the brand. It makes it sound like, oh, I just want to be around Booker T, and then it also makes it sound like the brand is bigger
Or
than
the
the
people there?
people. And exactly, it's the people that made me come down here 1,000%. Like it wasn't about the brand or like being around Booker T because there's plenty of famous people I could have went around to. Um, Man, it's actually kind of a cool story. I mean, I don't even know where to start really. So I had come back to Virginia. I served in the Air Force for several years. And I went back to Virginia and it was actually a long-term plan. That's why I kind of tell my students always have a long-term plan. I hate it when I see wrestlers get snuffed out because life got them. I always tell them life is going to get you. It's not going to be wrestling 9 times out of 10. It's going to be life. He's going to be like, man, man, you got to work 2 jobs now, or your car broke down, or it's always something crazy, just real life wise. And I made a real life plan to get get out of jail free card, I like to call it, where I was able to go literally after the military. I was able to go wherever I want. If I wanted to move back to California, I could have went to California. If I wanted to go to New York City, I could have went wherever I wanted. So I was actually checking out a bunch of places at the time. And I came home. I wasn't wrestling for VCW at the time, but it's honestly, it kind of goes back to why I left it to begin with. Virginia was a very kind of a small scene, and I saw the same people. And again, this is another one of those moments where you usually don't pick up till later on. Dude, I immediately was just like, all right, this ain't it, man. Like, I love the people there. Don't get me wrong, it was great, but it was like, yeah, like 2 companies to choose from. And then your other choice is to go into the woods in North Carolina or drive through the state and go up north to like Delaware, Maryland, which those aren't bad scenes, but it was just like it's already saturated there. I wanted to forge my own path. I didn't want to just be under, you know, just be under, if that makes sense, everybody else's shadow. So I came back, seeing the same people, and I was already just I'm around. I'm not gonna stay here. I'm not sure I'm gonna end up. I'm gonna be wrestling for now. And it's just a lot, man. Just a lot of stuff kept on happening. Just had me just like, I gotta get out of here expeditiously. And I was going to Ring of Honor tryouts. I think I went to 2 of them. There's a 3, 2. I might have gone to 3, but I know 2 for sure.
Were
For
those like
Harley.
the camps where you had to pay like $300 and then you kind of do the tryouts?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of what happened to each one, man. Oh God. But whatever, long story short, it went well. It went well. And Hunter Delirious, like I think I talked to him after the second one, the third one. And I was like, hey man, I just moved back and like I'm trying to find somewhere to train and move. Like, can I come train here? He's like, absolutely. You free of charge, bro. Just come up here and like we got you. And I was like, that made me feel good, man. That made me feel really good. And like, people like think there's Jay Lethal was up there and Champa and Bob Evans and uh, Jay Briscoe. Like a lot of good dudes were up there, and they're just Awesome, dude. 1000% awesome, man. They would give me little critiques and stuff after I got done doing the drills and stuff. And I remember like they had like matches afterwards, and I was like semi-main, like under Moose. Moose was the main event. I was semi-main. I was like, baby, yeah, I got my name all over it. Yeah, we better come up here. But like, so I was just in the explorative mode, and I was actually geared up to go to Philadelphia and move up there, Bristol. And then Booker T was having a seminar, and I was like, I've never really seen an active member of the WWE roster, or was he signed? Yeah, he was signed then, I think. Having a seminar. Let me go see what he has to say, because this is, we're all trying to get to WWE or TNA or wherever. We're all trying to get signed. So I'm going to go see what he had to say. And this is where the story kind of straight up on me. I went up there, and it was like, I'm talking like 50 people. It was nuts. I already knew I was in trouble. I was like, all right, this is way too many people here. And it was like, Booker's real, like he's real. He knows what he wants to see. He knows what he wants to see. So he had us like doing like little wrestling, kind of a couple minutes of wrestling. And I got in there with this Austrian guy, and his English was not good. Bless his heart, nice guy. But it was just like two people get in the ring and go. Dude, if you pick two random wrestlers to get in the ring and go, you're not going to have a good time. And Booker was looking for some real specific stuff. So I got told, like, freeze that, like, immediately, bro. I was just like, damn, man. I was feeling some kind of way, bro. I was mad, but it just wasn't my day, and that's fine. And there's other guys that were up there that came from the same school, and they were in there killing it, and I was just like, oh, must be nice. So I took that L. I went back home to Virginia, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was in Connecticut. I had a whole scheme, dude. I was like, bro, I'm about to next time he's doing another one. Because I heard he's doing another one. Oh, I'm about to get him. I'm about to get his ass. So here we go. And I was like, my place I was training at, I was like, hey guys, we got to go up there together. Blah 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 blah. We got this, man. And Booker gonna be like, that's hot. Be on our way to Texas in no time. And stuff popped up. A few of the guys stuff popped up, and like they're my homies, and like I knew it was some real stuff. Other guys just flaked out. Not gonna name no names. So I wasn't gonna go because it was the day after a show. So I would have had to wrestle Friday night, get in the car at 4:00 in the morning, and then get up there by 11. And I was like, that's dumb. I'm not trying to crash my car or whatever. Man, some stuff happened at that show, bro, that made me real mad. I was like, nah, bro, we going. I'm going. I don't care if nobody's going. I'm going. And I went, and I ended up going. And it wasn't even like bad stuff. There was like a worse show that happened, but that's later on down the line. It was just like, all right, this is lame. I'm going to go anyway, kind of thing. So it wasn't really, so I went up there, and dude, for whatever reason, I was the only one that signed up. I don't know how that happened, bro.
What?
I paid $50 for a 5-hour meet and greet with Booker T, dude. 5 hours.
That's crazy.
Private training session. And the hilarious thing was when this happened, I was wrestling, I guess their trainer, their trainees up there, and like so he would do the same thing. Like, all right, let me see some stuff. And like he's not looking for no crazy stuff. He's not looking for he does like good, cool stuff. He does like cool stuff. But he wasn't looking for anything particularly like jaw-dropping. He just wanted to see some good wrestling. And dude, I'm talking, if it was a movie, it would be like, freeze that, freeze that, freeze that, freeze that, freeze that, freeze. Oh, just over and over and over again. I'm just like, this mother. And I started getting mad. I started getting like madman. Like, all right, this dude's he's just messing with me now. And I think I went in there and I was like, I've got no plan. I'm about to go in here and just wrestle this dude for real. And that's what I did. I did that. I was just like, bro, you know what? There ain't no cool shit for you, Book. You gonna watch me practice my moves, dog. Like it was hilarious because I never done that before. We call it calling it on the fly. That's what we like to name it, calling it on the fly. So basically, you don't have a plan, you don't have anything in your head, just go out there and whatever happens, happens. And that's where like the best matches have come from. That's where Angle, you've seen Angle do their best, you've seen Jericho do their best, Rock and Austin. You've seen all these guys do their absolute best work calling it on the fly. A lot of people like to kind of have what they want to do already in their heads going out there. And that's fine too. Just different, different flavors, different flavors. And man, I did that. And I remember getting to the point where I was running at the turnbuckle. I had no clue what I was doing next. Zero. I was just like, all right, I'm out. I'm out of everything. And the other guy though messed up something. And it was like a big, like he clearly didn't know what was going on. But freeze that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you get it now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This dude just sat. This dude just had me randomly just. But it was awesome though because it was a great experience. It was a great experience. And I talked to him about coming down to Rowdy Wrestling. I told him I wanted to visit. He told me to email him, which that was my first like, man, you ain't checking your email. And then he gave me a AOL address. I said, "Book, you don't check AOL." Bro, I was like, this dude gave me an AOL address. Get out of my face, bro. That's when I get mad about stuff, not like angry, like just like I'm gonna show you. I was like, that's when the start of the C got playing. I was like, AOL, huh? I'm gonna see you again. I was like, I'm gonna see this dude again. So then like I go back and I forget. I didn't plan. I was still gonna go to RH, still gonna go to Philadelphia. I had a tentative plan to move up there, all that fun stuff. And then another show happened, and it was bad. It was bad. I didn't want to get into details. Just my match was meh, but it was like, all right, you know what, whatever. Like you win some, you lose some. The rest of the matches were just bad. And I had a homeboy who a Canadian guy, and he was very like up and coming, rising star kind of vibes. And my man had such a bad match. Like he just went to the back and laid down on his back, and I just saw tears going down his face, bro. And I was like,
"Oh my god!" Was like the audience not feeling it at all?
No,
that's the worst.
But he was wrestling, and I don't want to get no deal. I don't want to put my man's out like that. But he's wrestling a star from WCW, and by star I mean like they wrestled on the dark match of the dark match for like 6 months and made way too much money because they didn't know. It was one of those people that
was it Glacier.
No, that would have been hot probably. No, it wasn't.
No,
it was.
I love Glacier. Yeah, my Sub-Zero.
Yeah, no, like we would have like sprayed some fake snow for him or whatever. Like, oh, been great. It was Maestro, bro. It was Maestro. Do you know who that is?
Oh my god, dude. Izzy James put us onto like watching old WCW clips, and like matches, and so like I ran across Maestro, and I literally just fast forward. I just like skip. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, man, it was rough. And it was like, bro, I don't know. It like felt like Avengers, like Infinity War. I'm just looking around and everybody's just down. I'm just like, what happened, bro? Everyone's took that L. And yeah, bro, I on a whim, I just tossed. My bag was still packed from Connecticut. I think it was still packed from something. What happened in Connecticut? It was still packed, and I tossed it. I went home. I went to sleep, and I was just like, hell no. Dude, I got my phone, messaged my friend in Alabama, said, hey, I'm coming through tomorrow. I'm going to be there tomorrow just to spend the night. He was like, oh, okay, cool, because I want to stop somewhere on the way down there. Bro, yeah, I tossed my bag in the car, man, and I drove down there. Man. I just popped up. And, of course, I emailed Booker and I didn't get a response. So the party just sent me. I was like, all right, Book, bet. And, yeah, dude, I drove down there, man, and it was the week after the show, so that was shame on me for like I missed their show. I should have came down while they had the show, so I could see how the show went. But yeah, I remember it was like November, third week in November or something, and Raj has been in town. Monday Night Raj has been there too, I think. And yeah, so this is where I'm getting long way around. This is where I'm getting to my point. I just wanted to go check out the school because one big thing was me and my brother. We were watching reality wrestling. We were wondering, we were like, why? All right. There were things about the show that was good, and there was things about the show that was bad, and we were just like, "Ew, why does it look like this? Like, why?"
What didn't you like about it?
There's some talent that was rough. that was very
Okay.
rough. So we were surprised, but then there was talent that was good. We were just like, wait, like something's up down here. And it was one of those. It's funny because me and my brother love just watching random independents or random indie promotions and stuff. And there was some that we would just kind of go back to every now and then. Like we would be watching, like let's see what they've been up to. So that was definitely a promotion. We would say let's see what they've been up to. And we were like, what's going on down there? So it was halfway that too. Like I was like, let me go see what's going on down there. And so I go down there and I met the best dudes, best dudes and dudettes, the best ladies and guys. Ryan, Gino, Mysterious Q, Brian Keith, Cedric Payne, Raquel, shoot, man, who else is down there when I went down there? Just Rob Barnes, the Lockharts, Eric Lockhart, Andrew Lockhart. It was like I went, so I go to the gym and like they're cool and stuff like that, typical wrestling gym. And the thing that really got me though was they were just in there training hard. I never seen no one train like that, and they were just all on one page, well-oiled machines, and that was impressive enough. Let alone the fact that they all freestyle wrestle. Like we would all get on the we always get in the ring. Like I'm talking like picture like a, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 8-man tag match. Picture 8-man. The picture is two people on each corner, and we all just get in there and wrestle a whole entire match and don't say a single word to each other. A single word. We just all get in there and have a. I promise you, Drew. Everybody just gets in there. It's not like we're just he playing around, dude. Like everybody was just doing a coherent match, and it was great. High spot. We're all like cheering and booing at the same time. It's like so. It's just magical, man. It was straight up magical. So day 1, day 2, I saw a different phase every day. So day 1 was like the cool training. The second day, I kind of heard like what kind of problems they had down there. Like just kind of like I was just overhearing certain things. I was like, okay, cool, all right, cool. So like there's some struggle down here for some certain things. And then the third day was when Booker happened to show up, which I was super lucky because he didn't have a set schedule. He just happened to show up. And I just happened to be gonna leave on Wednesday. So I was like, hey, what's up? In my head, I'm like, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, you thought you was here. Yeah, I did the Will Smith. Because I was like, I know this dude thought that he wasn't going to see me again, right? So I was just like, I didn't know he wasn't on purpose doing that.
He had an AOL email. He was doing that on purpose.
The AOL email. So I was like, come on, man. So I saw him, my grand triumphant just walking in there, and we sat in the office and talked. And the biggest thing he said to me, man, it was, you're not here to make friends. You're here to be a star. He said, you're here to make friends. You're here to become a star. And that really stuck with me because all of my wrestling, everything thus far had been people just, I hate to be this guy. I don't care. Wrestling's my therapy. No, it's not. Go to a therapist. Wrestling is not therapy. Go find a doctor. Go find a psychiatrist. This is not here to make you better, feel better in your head. And that is going on to say that a lot of people they're wrestling and I'm not saying everybody got to be the very best. It's not Pokemon. You got to be the very best. But you definitely got to be remembering that you are an athlete, a performer. You're entertaining people. Give them their money's worth every single time you go out there. Be the best you can be. Like, don't just come up in here and just have fun. And a lot of guys that I had encountered in my journey up till this point were just having fun. And every now and then I come across a guy that was, at contract somewhere, doing some big stuff, so whatever, or a star that's on the rise. And I was like, all right, bet. So I would get like a burst of like, oh, this is a cool guy. Like, man, I wish I could. And then they go their way, I go my way, kind of thing. People I've either wrestled or on the road with, like Chase Owens. Chase Owens at the time, I think, was just getting into New Japan, I think. And then the Heat Seeker, Sigmund, and I forgot his partner's name. Oh, forgive me, Sigmund. I'm so sorry. Oh, man. But they were a great tag team out in Tennessee. And the wrestling over there was like on some stuff, bro. The wrestling over there was freaking like, those fans love this. So I've seen all these guys doing these big things. And I want to also do these big things and perform at this high level. and they just come fleeting back and forth. So when Booker said that, I was like, this is where I need to be, because I just don't care for people who are just trying to just like ha ha he he the way through wrestling. I'm trying to be at least be the best performer I can be, because how can it be fun if you can't do it well? That's
Right.
Yeah.
I never understood that. How can you, like, when people play video games for fun but they suck at it? I'm like, how can you have fun when you're very bad at this?
Yeah.
Uh,
At least have a good night every now and then. People just be up in there just getting that, point 0.08 KDR up in there, and I'm like, bro, you got killed 34 times, bro. What happened?
dog, what is going on? But that's interesting. But I was from my notes, I saw that you went up to Canada before you went up to uh
Yeah.
Reality of Wrestling, and that you
Mhm.
were part of Canadians Wrestling Elite. How'd you get to Canada?
CW. I was salty. Same thing got me down to Texas. I was mad. I was like, this is bullshit.
You were driven by vengeance.
Yeah.
You're the wrestling Batman.
I am the knight. Yeah. Nah. So okay. No, like I say that, but like no. I just wanted to get out there and work. I just want to get out there and work, man. I was in North Dakota at the time, and it was just right there. You went, oh. Yeah. You ain't find
Yeah.
that part.
No, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was in North Dakota, and as you
why?
can assume, because the military has a sense of humor, the Air Force thinks
There
they're
you go.
fun. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, North
There we go.
Dakota, you need some more brown people over there. Here you go." Yeah, right. Like I was like, "What's going on?" But no, like I'm thankful for all of it. I'll do it again. I would have to do it again because I wouldn't be who I am today. But and I went up there. I don't know. I want to say Cameron Cross. I want to say he had the no. Man, yeah, I went to Winnipeg. I know I went to Winnipeg. It was for PCW at first. I think it was called Premier Championship Wrestling. And I either got the contact for somebody or someone told me to hit somebody. Whatever it was, I got up there. Good Lord, man. Same. Oh my God, same shit, different day. I went up there, and those guys were good. The guys are cool. The guys are cool. That's where I met Scott Justice and Leo London and Jackie the Jet Lee. Really cool dudes. We were wrestling in a bar. I had a good time. Oh, that's why I wrestled Kenny Omega. Yeah.
What?
You're like, bro, I done some stuff, bro. It was at a time where it clips everything on I feel like sound like a boomer right now. Instagram wasn't what it is today. So yeah, like I think I got some video somewhere, and I probably should pull it out. I don't know why I've
Yeah.
been on it for so long. God, where would it be? Yeah, that's
Did
not like
you
oof.
you wrestled Kenny Omega in a bar?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
What?
There's the funny story behind that too. That was not a night of celebration and triumph. It was a night of bullshit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh God. The Kenny Omega part was fun. I'm mad at Kenny. Let me sidebar to the story real quick. So me and my brother were tagging before me and Kenny's match. What was it? No, we were sandwiched. It was my brother wrestling somebody, the tag match, and then me and Kenny wrestling. God dang. We're so we're in this tag match. And when people always ask those kind of questions or wonder, like, what happens if shit gets real in the ring? What do you do if you really start fighting somebody? Well, I have the answer. That match was dog shit. It was the worst tag match I've ever been in my life. One of the guys got there, I'm talking like the last minute, and said, what are we doing? The other guy he had a radio show or something. I don't even know. Fuck him. TJ Bratz. I don't remember his name. Whatever. He did not understand the assignment. And this will be a tag match. The bell rang. No, the bell didn't even ring, dude. I think we started fighting outside. And then when we tried to get in the ring to start the match, it was like one of us from one team would roll in and the other person from the other team would roll out. So we tried to start the match and we couldn't because people kept on going in and out at the same time.
Oh my
So me and
god.
my brother were pissed. We were just like, bro, what? We were just like, bro, like, dog, what's happening? And then finally we get in the ring and all four of us are in the ring. Nobody wanted to get out of the ring. So we're just fighting. And it's not a tornado tag match. The ref is over here like, hey, it can't ring the bell till the bell didn't even ring till like 5 minutes in the match. And then only thing I remember is the fact that this man, I want to say it was my brother's finishing move. He kicked out of my brother's finishing move. And my brother was like, nah, bro, that was a finish. Like, what's going on? All I know is I blink and my brother has this dude in the sharpshooter. And my brother's not a small man. He's my height, but built like a brick shit house. My man put him in the sharpshooter, not the rock sharpshooter. And Brett's sharpshooter was put to shame. Okay, my man put him in the "You're my little brother" we're wrestling at the house sharpshooter. My man sat on this dude, bro, and he's like, Blake, put him in the crossface. I said, why you got it, bro? Put him in the crossface. I said, I was just looking like, all right. So I hop in. Bro, I was just an innocent bystander, bro. I really was, man. My crossface, I wasn't trying to pull the spine out. My man thought I was trying to pull the spine out. He got man, we was like, tap. No. I was like, you should tap. No. Referee, you need to tap. No. Bro, this man refused to tap until he did. They always tap in the end, brother, right? No, seriously, they always tap. They always tap in the end. And yeah, my man tapped out, man, and got up. Like, I'm talking the second my brother got off him, he popped up. And here's why I have a problem with this. It was clear my brother put him in that sharpshooter. He put him in that sharpshooter. I got there after the fact. And I had enough sense to get off him and get out the ring. I was like, let's not keep this going. So I got on the stage and my brother gets up and he gets up. The guy, TJ, gets up and looks directly at me and starts screaming at me, going off. But it was one of those things where you could have came and got me if you wanted to. You could have just walked over there and just snatched me up if you really wanted to fight, but he didn't. And the guy who was actually pulling his spine out was my brother. He was the one doing it, and he was standing right next to him. My man acted like he wasn't even there. My man acted like
he didn't want none.
I was like, okay, I see what's up. So we go to the back, and this you can see my face talking about, and I went to the back to go out to talk to Kenny again, and the first thing out of his mouth is, "What just happened?" And I'm just like, it's a long story. Okay. But was that supposed to happen? No, it wasn't supposed to happen. That was the best thing I ever saw in my life. I said, bro, hold up. Yeah, he was trolling, bro. He was trolling. And the minute, like when he said that, that's when TJ runs back there, gets in my face. And my brother, he for a big dude, that dude can move silently, bro. He materialized next to us, man. And he was mad because he was like, nah, like, why are you coming after my little brother like that? Like, you know damn well that I picked in that sharp. It was a mess, man. They're trying to fight. Me and Kenny got there and wrestle. I'm like, dang, they're about to fight. I'm gonna come back here. That dude's gonna be stomped out the ground. And after the match, Kenny is like, did you record that match? And he said it in the weirdest way too, like, yeah, I want to show my friends. And I was just like, yeah, I actually did. Can you upload it to YouTube for me? Yeah, Kenny, I can. I put that shit on YouTube privately, so don't go looking for it. And it went from 1 view to 6 views in like 30 minutes. I said, I was like, nope. I'm taking it down. I want to. This is like over 10 years ago. At this point, 10 years ago, I want to run into them so bad again, so I could be like, hey, Kenny, we work in Winnipeg. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. And you also watched the shitty match of me 6 times over again, laughing at it. I don't remember that part. Like I was, yeah.
We need to get you to an AEW show, confront Kenny Omega about this. This was amazing. How was the match with Kenny?
It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't a Dave Meltzer 5-star, so don't everybody go trying to find a smash. No, it was awesome, man. Kenny's cool, dude. It was funny because like me and my brother, like he's weird in like a good way. Like he's like he loves wrestling.
Yeah.
It's weird to see someone. It's weird to see somebody like actually like have a love for the art form kind of thing of it. People just kind of just everyone has their different like viewpoint, like they're kind of why they're into it. And yeah, he definitely had one. And we were just like, damn, he's really about this. That's weird. We just never came across it before. So
Yeah.
so yeah, so that whole debacle, that was a highlight of my first foray into Canada. And then that turned into me wrestling at a Comic Con. That's a whole nother story. And I keep on doing this, man. We'll be here for 3 hours. And that's me wrestling in front of Bret Hart. And that was, man, again, all my experiences, man. I love them to death.
Yo.
I'm happy for them. We got invited to Comic Con, and it was for like a random promotion though. So it was crazy. So we started PCW and then went to this like kind of just this one is it weird when these things happen? You have like a big event in town and the main promotions don't get to run the event. It's a random dude that comes out of nowhere that has a ring. You're like, who is this guy? That's what that basically was. He's running now though, so like it's all good. But like at the time, we were just like, okay. And then that led to CWE. CWE and PCW had beef. So it's just, bro. Again, I was like, I did not. And the thing was, and that's funny actually. Emails. We had emails back then. We had text messages. We did it through email. I don't know why. I ran across the emails that I have with this promoter from the PCW place, and it's just this long, passive aggressive. Yeah, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you what to do, and kind of thing. Because I wasn't one of his guys and wasn't beholden to him because I wasn't from there. I was like, hey, bro, I'm trying to get reps in wrestle. And this is again what I'm tired of. I'm tired of like having y'all's problems should not be my problem. Flat out. And that's why I am the way I am now. Like there's so many places I went where somebody else's problem became my problem and I didn't understand it. And I don't even care. It's not about the money for me. It's like, dude, I'm trying to get reps. I can get better and wrestle different people. So they had a whole thing, man. And the nice little in between was that Comic Con because you're wrestling in front of Bret Hart. And just like long story short, Bret loved us. He was just infatuated with me and my brother. He was just like following us around. Hey guys, how you doing? You good? You messing with me? And Kevin Nash there too. And Kevin Nash, I was for sure like, all right, he's gonna shit on us. Like he's in there watching wrestling and laughing. We saw him laughing, but the way the Comic Cons work, you have a whole bunch of matches basically throughout the day. And we were really cognizant about watching who was watching, who came down to watch a match. Bret would go use the bathroom, be gone. And I felt bad for the Canadian guys because they were like wanting him to watch their match. Yeah. And then when we came out, Bret came out. And we were just Bret, you good, Bret? You lost, man? What you doing, man? Why you fucking us for? Because we were just like, we didn't think we were that good enough for him anyway. And then Kevin came out, and we dead ass saw Bret do the. Hey, these are the guys I was telling you about. We dead ass saw him do that, bro. I could read his lips. I said he just hit him with these are the guys I'm telling you about. And that's why there's a picture of me and Kevin Nash, me, my brother, and Kevin Nash floating around. That's where that picture came from. Is we were wrestling, and I guess in the world of shitty wrestling, I guess he just was like thankful that we didn't just make his eyes melt out his head. And he came upstairs. It was weird. You walk upstairs, and it's like to see the rest of the room, you got to kind of go out and curve around. And he comes up there, and we see him. He's looking around. Boys, come here, boys. And we're just like, oh. We heard about Kevin Nash, shitting before. So we're just like, oh no, let's get a picture. All right, and that's why I look so like weird. I'm just like, what is the end game here? So that was a great developing moment for us, though, because it was like really nice for us to see, like, just I don't know, man. It was really nice to kind of have somebody that high, like, give us good advice. And the best advice he gave was he said, "Hey, don't stop, don't ever stop." And that was the biggest thing he told us. And like, it was like one of when someone tells you something and like, you take the advice, you kind of just like store. But there's one thing they say is specifically that stands out. It was that. It was like he said, "Don't ever stop. Keep on going. Please don't ever stop." And I said, "All right, cool, okay, bet." And yeah, that's why I'm still doing it. I mean, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it, but like that always in the slow times kept me going. So then that was a cool moment, man. There's plenty of stories from now. We'll get into them. And then that
Oh
led to
man.
WWE, and that was our pinnacle big moment in Canada because they traveled around the entire country of Canada, or the western part, or like central western part, and we did a lot of good shows there. We did, I mean, man, I mean, we the whole old stories of like, oh, we used to make the towns, brother. Like, you know, you go to a town and there's 500 people and like they're into it, and that's the only entertainment they've seen. Me and my brother were tagging against these two guys, Jess Youngblood and oh no, oh Lord, what's I only remember him by the name I called him in the promo, and that's not a good chance. He's not a bad. No, I called him
What was the
Chief.
promo name?
I called. I'm not telling you that. I called him Chief Sitting Bull because we were just being ignorant. So Chief Sitting Bull, he laughed.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I called him Chief Sitting
Okay.
Bull, and just Youngblood, and bro, the man, dude, that's where I was starting to learn the connection with the crowd. You got to go to a new place, you got to connect with the crowd, and then you got to give them what they paid to see, and they were just nuts for us, man. They were God, it was so cool. It was so cool because you know we're just the tag team guys. You shouldn't be main event in the show. Nah, Chris Masters is out at the show. He's like semi main, and then we're the main event. I was like, yo, bro, like yeah, man. You know, like the promoter's a good dude. Dane Doug, good dude, and he's real smart. So yeah, we're having these matches, man, and yeah, man, just tearing it up and just just building the territory, brother.
Yeah.
Tearing it up in the Winnipeg cross gym. What was it called? Oh man, gymnasium, something cross gymnasium, but it was like like a little rec center basically. And man, we would pack it. CW would pack that place out, man. And they brought in a lot of cool dudes, like a lot of good like WWE guys and stuff like that. I know Farouk went up there a
Okay.
couple times. Of course, Chris Masters was up there. Honky Tonk Man, for crying out loud! Like just a lot of cool
Yeah.
dudes come through there, and I got to just learn a lot, man. Out there in the wild, I like to call it. Whenever you're away from your home promotion, to me, that's you're out in the wild. So you got to act right because you're out in the wild. Your homies aren't there. You're the guy that promoter that likes you's not there. You got to kind of do business. So so that's the missing link there, right there, between the Virginia and Texas part right there.
I believe, at least in my notes, there's also another missing link there. It's NWA Smoky Mountain. You got to roast.
I went up there a couple times. Yeah, I
Yeah.
went up there a couple times. Because I went down to Texas, I stopped going there. So that's the
Okay.
only reason why. That's where I found out what Jersey Mike's is. Yeah,
What?
yeah, I drove out there. So when Virginia's weird, they got like two main highways, one going straight up and down DC to the south, and they got one going across to West Virginia and Ohio. Smoky Mountain was at the tip of Virginia, where Virginia meets Kentucky and Tennessee, that little tri-state area. And yeah, man, I just remember waking up hungry, man. I was hungry, man. Subway wasn't open yet, but Jersey Mike's was. And I said, I need to eat something. I want a sandwich. I don't want any McDonald's or nothing nasty. Yeah, Jersey Mike's for the win. But no, Smoky Mountain, Sigmund hooked me up. The Heat Seekers, those guys, they
Yeah.
did a good work for me. Yeah, and that's where that's what I was kind of talking about. Like I was finally realizing, like, all right, bet I'm kind of coming into it now. I'm making it to the place that the guys that I wanted to be wrestling with, like Sigmund and them. I'm finally making it there. This is great. This is awesome because Smoky Mountain was a Tennessee, or was it Tennessee, or was it? Yeah, it's Tennessee, I think. Kingsport, Tennessee. Yeah, big crowd. They want to watch some wrestling.
Yes.
they like their wrestling. Good. That's it. They don't care what kind of style it is, as long as it's good. So like, I went there a couple times, and a great dude. I think Tony Givens was running it. He's an awesome dude too. Works real hard.
Yeah.
I think he's still out there doing the thing. So good on him. Always nice to me and whatnot. But yeah, I went out there a couple times, and it was like the whole thing. All right, here's my first match. Like, and that first match was like oh, they're gonna ask me back. And then I think I went back again. And then I think that's when I went and moved to Texas, because I think that was like the winter states and whatnot. I'm seeing
Yeah.
the winter time frame. And I remember going through the state like, oh, this is getting rough. Trying to drive through all this ice and stuff. But yeah, man. So yeah, so that's Smoky Mountain, man. Yeah, it was good. I would have kept on going there for sure if I was still around. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I think that's all the missing links. So
Yes. Yeah. You put on a pretty solid match with Joe Briggs up in Smoky Mountain. You took the
who-
L, unfortunately. Joe Briggs.
yeah, okay.
I got your career in my head, man.
Dude,
Uh
I'm not challenging you. I hate it because my memory is pretty good, but just there's only so much stuff you can remember. Like I feel like,
yes.
so
Yeah.
I
It
didn't
was
have
it was
any bad issues. I didn't have any bad matches or any issues with anybody up there. So I'm pretty sure it was a great match. I hope he's doing well.
shout out to Joe Briggs, of course.
Yeah. I'm
But
sure a picture of the video. I'll be like, oh yeah, hey, there he is. But yeah, so like, yeah, man, I guess that takes me back to that. I even finished talking about reality of wrestling. Yeah, so that takes me back to
mm,
there. I
yeah.
saw the guys. Oh yeah, I need to get Ryan Davison. I need to put Ryan Davison over, brother. So that the third day. So anyway, back to the third day of my trip. Yeah, no, that's when Book gave me the speech. He said the thing, but the biggest thing about that was we went out there. He wanted to see what I can do. He was like, let me see 3 minutes. And I wrestled Ryan, like I guess my tryout match at Row. And man, I love Ryan. I cannot say enough good things about him as a performer. Anyway, you know, awesome human being to have around. Just really, really, really took care of me. So if anyone doesn't like the fact that I'm down here, it's Ryan Davidson's fault. Because he hopped in there and took care of me. It was funny because I remember after that happened, like a lot of people come down through there, or whatever, and people were just like, and this, especially Booker at this time, he's gotten nicer over the years consecutively. As years go on, he gets a lot chiller and stuff. Um, I remember people telling me after we did our thing, I think we got to like we so just do 3 minutes, man. We got to like almost a whole match actually, and I think we kind of or whatever, and that's what all right, freeze that, that's good, man. That's good, real good. That's good, man. You got a future down here, kid. Come on down. Like he gave me the okay in front of everybody, the locker room, I guess you could say. And I think I know at least two people came up to me afterwards and went like, nobody ever makes it past 3 minutes. Like they don't even make it to 3 minutes. And I was like, they don't make it to 3 minutes? Dang, I didn't know what to say, bro. Because I was over there like, bro, I'm shitty. I was like, I'm not good, bro. No. I give myself. I'm really hard on myself. No, like we did it. We got that far. Booker was just like, yeah. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You're gonna be a star. Yeah, you're gonna make it down here, kid. Come on down. He did the whole thing, and people. And the thing is, the boys like me too. And that's the thing. Like a lot of guys, I guess, come down there and they just like start rubbing people the wrong way and stuff. So like, I'm just truly thankful everything worked out the way it did. And I mean, I'm lifelong friends with all those guys, man. They're all awesome. I love seeing them. We run into each other some more often than not, but like, yeah. So that was that whole thing. And then after he did that, then I had the choice of okay, Ring of Honor or Reality of Wrestling. And that's right. And I know people look at me like I got two heads, and I say that because they're like, why didn't you go to Ring of Honor? The beaten path, right? I wanted to get off the beaten path. Everyone's going to Ring of Honor. Nothing against that at all. I just looked at it like I just looked at coming out of Texas like that would be different. That would be different. That it just something called to me because it wasn't what was expected. And I have no regrets whatsoever. I have zero regrets whatsoever. It was just really interesting to kind of like forge my own path because I saw a lot of room for growth with reality wrestling, and I'm real big on not leaving places the same as I found them. And ROH was already established, and it was there. There's nothing, I mean, could I have added to it? Yeah, yeah, I probably would have, but not the way I did it reality wrestling. Like everything from like the just the quality of shows due to how can I put this? The quality of shows due to initiatives that we put forth, that
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have happened if I was not there, but I know when I got there, I was the first person going like, "So what's up with that?" Just kind of like, "What's that over there?"
What's one
We
thing
don't
that
know
you
why
felt
that's
like you
there.
helped out? Like, what's
Oh,
one thing that you felt like you helped improve at reality?
a
I'm
lot,
limiting you. I'm limiting you to one.
a lot. Uh, the roster, personnel, the wrestlers.
Okay.
Um, because that was something that definitely needed to grow. An area it needed to grow. That's why if you look, if you take like if you get a whiteboard and you pick whatever year up till now, I guess you'll see 2015 to 2019, the roster just shoots up. It just spikes. And it's not people who came from somewhere else. It's people who trained there and were raised there and grew there. You'll see because like it was stagnant for a long, long time. And that's one of the things that, that was one of the things that we were my brother and I were kind of looking at. We're like, why? Dang, man, like who's that? Oh, okay. They're on the show. Okay, cool. And I go down there, I'm like, hey man, what all these trainees doing? They just hanging out? You know, if these trainees are trained by us, then they're going to be good wrestlers and we're going to like to wrestle them and have someone different to wrestle. And then boom, now here comes all these people. Here comes Kylie Ray. Here comes Clay Roberts. Here comes Zach Mason. Here comes Will All Day. Here comes AQA.
Whoa.
Here comes Diego de la Cruz. Here comes Teflon John. Here comes Tommy Bolton. Here comes Isaac. Here comes
Yeah.
8 more to go. Jenna Lynn. Here comes Lauren. Here comes man Rudy. Here comes Rudy Garza. Here comes missing a couple. I made a list a couple months ago. There was 18 actual wrestlers that we trained that are still wrestling to this day, and it's like the greatest accomplishment ever. And it's just a solid. We had a solid
Yeah.
team. Is what it was. Is like my shirt I'm wearing. When it comes to like, okay, so what I contribute, I don't think I did much of anything really. I just think I was just the Batman. I don't have any superpowers. Ryan Superman, Gino's the Flash, Rob Barnes was Green Lantern, like Eric Lockhart. There was 5 of us. There's 5 of us. And I just felt like they were way better than me. They're better than me. Oh my God. And I just was like, I just walked up there with the ground with the cape on, with the daddy issues, just the rich boy issues, whatever. Just wait to form a plan. That's exactly what we did, and it paid dividends. We all ran the training. We boosted. We set up training for real, because it didn't have a lot of structure. And during
Yeah.
those 5 years, it was off the train. That's why people look at it. They're like, "Wow, they did all this stuff or whatever." Like, yeah, we did. It takes work, dude. It takes a lot of concentrated effort, concentrated work, and I'm proud of everybody because it wasn't easy. We definitely were at each other's throats sometimes. We actually, we had issues and whatnot, but we always came through it, and we were better together and stronger. United. We stood. We were united. We stood, and that's why 2015 and 2019. You just saw all this talent just overflowing, and you're just like, "Damn, reality wrestling's man, it's really cooking." So
Yeah.
yeah,
Y-
man.
Last weekend at Showcase 3, when I saw Q's team with you on it, I was like, this is the Row reunion. Like,
Okay, and I'm gonna put this out there. I'm mad about it.
okay,
So
okay.
you back and watch that, and you see at the beginning of the match when you see all of us get together, and Eric leans in and whispers something. He actually said, "All right, guys, row on 3," and that's how we all went. Man, get out of here!
I saw that. I was like, why did they do that?
No, because he said row on 3. We was like, I love Eric to death, man. That's my dude right there, man.
He's
Whether
funny.
he's on the opposite side of the ring of me or on my side of the ring or what locker room, whatever, Eric is a must-have for any locker room, period. His brain, his talent, whatever, dude. Like he can literally do it all. I'm not kidding you. You need someone idea for a match, he got you. Some history, some obscure history about wrestling. He knows it. Ask him at random who won the '96 Rumble. I promise you, he will tell you. He will tell
Oh
you
my
exactly
goodness.
who did it. Oh, okay, well you can too. What about '94?
That's Lex Luger and Bret Hart.
Okay, 2002,
Triple H.
09.
Randy Orton.
Oh, oh, okay. You and Eric. Okay, all right. Now, what about the Survivor Series matches though?
Give him to me.
I don't even know. I'm just saying, like, if someone named like the random 5-on-5s, to be able to name like who won which one.
I could probably name like most of the team and maybe some of them who won. Probably like post 2004, but
Yeah.
before that,
Eric
Eric
got you.
Lockhart's better. Yeah,
Eric
Eric
got
got
you.
me.
I
Eric
was
got
like,
me.
did I just run across another prodigy? Yeah, no, straight up, man. I remember he told me he came up to me with his old like like the cheap little books and stuff back in the day where they make like a little trivia book. He was like, look what I found at a yard sale, and I was like, what is it? It's a trivia book. You already know everything. No, not this one. I was like, what? It's like 88. That was something. It was like some old year. I don't even know. He was so excited. He was so excited about it. And he was like, I found a single question. I think he said a single question that he didn't know the answer to. And I was like, oh wow, Eric, out of a book of 40 questions, you found one question that you didn't know the answer to. Oh man. Oh yeah. No, Eric's a great dude, man, for sure.
I heard in the reality locker room he would pull a lot of ribs. Uh, can you speak? Apparently
No,
on Mysterious Q.
no,
He
no.
spoke on it. He
I'm,
said
I'm,
it on our own podcast.
I'm accused of ribs.
No, not you. I said Lockhart would.
Oh, yes. And he's good at it. And he's good at him. That dude is yes. No, he would, and it's like never ever anything too bad. Like he just knows what gets your button. He just knows
Yeah.
what, and he'll do it in the most sly, just smooth way. So you don't even know what's going on until you find yourself getting annoyed or upset, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm messing with you." Like just yeah, no, he's good at it, man. I think I can't even tell you, I can't think of anything offhand because there's just a huge catalog of me laughing just hysterically because and he would even get me sometimes. He knows how to get me riled up. Like he would probably come up to me, just say some random stuff like, "Oh, I think there's some trainees outside playing football or something." What? They're playing football. It's a show day. We got to get this. He just say random stuff, get me riled up. And he's just like, relax, I'm messing with you. And I'm just like, God dang it, Eric. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god. But you said Row for you 2015 to 2019. Why did you end up leaving Row?
Oh, geez. The easy answer is I was tired. I was tired. I got tired. I was tired, retired. I need to go retire somewhere. It was man, in Avengers, the opening to Endgame and old Hawkeyes over there with family just hanging out like, yeah, I needed to go do that. I needed to go do that. Stuff
Okay.
like that. Yeah, I had some life changes and stuff like that. And there was just things, it was like it was a lot of added stress that was coming my way for no reason. And it wasn't being managed well. Like I was kind of like it felt like I was like fighting a horde by myself at times. And sometimes places you're at are real good about like recognizing, like, hey man, get out of here. But sometimes places just, they just business as usual and they don't really, stop to kind of check on that thing. Um, and yeah, man, I was just like, this isn't working for me, brother. And I had some words with Booker, and yeah, I said deuces, and I left. And I wasn't supposed to be back in wrestling. I'm supposed to be still enjoying my house. I have so much stuff I haven't put up on my walls yet, paintings
Yeah.
and posters and stuff, because I'm back at wrestling. But yeah, man, I didn't do anything for a solid probably 2 years almost. I just
Wow.
yeah, I was chilling. It was great.
Yeah.
We play some video games, finish some video games for once. Yeah, yeah, it was
What video
amazing.
games?
Metal Gear Solid. I was at like 7% for the fifth one that's on yeah,
Xbox.
what's it called? Metal Gear Solid is this 5? Yeah, whatever,
Yeah,
5.
it's like V. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, dude, like, bro, I was like, I thought I like put some time in that game, bro, and I figured out I saw the 7% at the little bar. I was like, bro, I got how much more to do? So yeah, man, I was doing that, man. I was playing Destiny, like oh my Destiny game, bro. Like I had so much DLC I hadn't done, all these exotic weapons I hadn't unlocked or whatever, armor, bro. Like, it was a great time that summer of but what I felt guilty about was COVID happened immediately after I stopped wrestling. So we're not
Oh,
immediately like that end of that year, 2020, going in 2020, because it was 2019, June, the second week of June, the day before the show. I was like, I'm out. And yeah, man, I went. Yeah, I was chilling. Oh, New Texas. I finished up with New Texas. Yeah, I finished up with New Texas in September. I was supposed to finish up in December, but I was just like, I want out. I'm done. I want out of this. I'm tired of being on this road. It just feels weird. So yeah, 2020 rolled around and the world lost its mind. The world lost its mind. And I was sitting there feeling guilty. I was like, dang, I'm so happy that because if I was still at Row, I know for sure that would have been stressful dealing with the COVID stuff. I mean, me leaving was bad either way. I mean, me leaving really put a hole down there. I don't even think it's been filled really, and the COVID would have just if it wasn't June, I probably would have like bailed at COVID, man, because it was just people just everyone thought it was the end of the world. Everyone was just like freaking out over this thing or that thing, and all my wrestling friends, man, I felt bad for those guys. They're just like, yo, I can't make a living now, or like, what am I supposed to do? My therapy's gone, whatever. Yeah, that's messed
oh,
up.
for real.
So yeah, but I was just, bro, I was just chilling with my dogs, bro. Just like, all right, well,
Yeah.
it's just, I felt bad, man. I felt like an asshole. So
No, but I mean, I'm sure it was a hard time for everyone, but you
yeah,
had stepped away from Row and you were enjoying that lifestyle, that
normal life,
martialized
the normal life,
normal.
normal. I was in Clinton Barton with my family, eating hot dogs, throwing a frisbee. I was chilling with the dog. I was throwing frisbee. My dog's frisbee's right there. I haven't taken out the basket in months. My Captain America frisbee's right there, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, dude. Yeah.
No. But it kind of feels like with wrestlers, everyone we talk to, normals does not exist. And
Mhm.
how did you come back into wrestling and not only come back into it, but you are a trainer now at Houston Premier Arena. You
Yeah,
train kids now. How did that happen?
man. I got tricked.
Do you like it?
I got bamboozled. I got tricked. I say I don't like it, but I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
No, seriously, though. No. Seriously. I did get tricked. Nah, dude, I swear my so a former person that trained at Row, I didn't know he had started it up here. I didn't want to break the kayfabe on this, brother. No, so Michael Pinkert, he and his business partner, they'd opened it up, and I'd actually gotten hitting up 2 or 3 times to come train while I was gone. Dang, who I got hit up 2 or 3 times to train while I was gone. I think he was the third time. I definitely got messages, and I can't remember who it was from because I laughed and deleted the message. I was not having it. I was not having it. If you ask me directly, hey, can you come train in my gym? The Bugs Bunny meme, no. That's how I said it just like that. No.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so he told me, "Hey, I got a place. Why don't you come check it out? Just give me your thoughts on things." And I think the first time I think I replied, "Yeah, I'll get back to you" or something. But I actually replied like I knew him. But the first time I didn't go. I think I just told him like, I'm busy or whatever the hell. I don't even know what it was. But the second time, he's like, "Hey, man, just want to check back with you." I was like, "All right, I'll come to your shit." Bro, that was all she wrote, man, because he knew once he got me in there, I was going to see training. And if I saw the training, my eye would start twitching. And then I get in there and be like, no, not like this or whatever. That's exactly what pretty much happened. Um, it got me up there while training was going on. And I was just like, he got he got me. This dude got me. What the? So I was salty. I was a little salty because yeah, once I sat back in, it was a wrap. So I went to check out the arena, and it was funny. I appreciate it, man. This is the funny part. I think people forget that I didn't first and foremost, I'm not a row product. I didn't start at row and grow it. No, I've been out there. I like to call it from Walking Dead, Herschel's Farm. I used to call row Herschel's Farm because it was very secluded, protected. Like zombies couldn't get in there. Like, it was they didn't experience stuff. That's why I kicked them out at times to go wrestle places. I made sure to make them to go experience this thing for real. Don't just be down here in this Barbie land or whatever. And when I went to Premier Arena, I was like, oh, this is wrestling. This is literally wrestling. I was like, dang, yeah, it's a bad area.
It's hot. It's
out here. Got some train tracks. At my first training school, there's train tracks. I was right back at home. I was like, a train,
Your car is bound to take some damage going to the Premier Arena, like the way that dip.
Yeah. I get out, and it sucks because I get out there to fill them holes up and stuff. Just one man out there, it's kind of hard. It's
I can help you out.
Pocket stuff. Like I just need a truck. I know where to find some dirt. So like every now and then, no, yeah, we work on that. But it has character. It has character. It's an arena. It's a warehouse. That's what wrestling really is. I've wrestled in the weirdest places. I've wrestled in bars. I've wrestled in libraries. I've wrestled outside in front of Buffalo Wild Wings. I've wrestled at state fairs. I've wrestled all kind of places. So it's just like another thing. It's authentic. So I got up there, saw what was going on with the training program, and just needed some more hands. Needed an extra set of hands, and a lot of work has happened since then. A lot of growth has happened since then. So I got up in there. I got there. Oh, I don't even know when, dude. Tell you the truth, it had been late 2021 because COVID was still around, and yeah. I remember dealing with it at that point when we were like, okay, we're a mask and here's the vaccine and stuff like that. So I remember being like, man, this would be a lot easier to deal with at this point. Not at the start when we had no clue what was going on with COVID. It was like, oh, am I gonna have lung cancer after this? Or like, people are gonna be like, trainees are, passing away and stuff. But it was really easy to manage. So I started laughing at like other training schools that were running that would like shut down completely because they're like, oh, we all got COVID. And I'm sitting there just like, but how? Someone comes in and get out, cool. We're training. People over there running in the ring. Here's a mask, dude. Here you go. You wash your hands. I was making people wash their hands mandatory, bro. I was like, go wash your hands because people be nasty. They don't wash their hands. Go wash your hands all the way up your arms. Okay, we're wearing masks while we train. Like, and then I was like, we don't have to be physically on top of each other either. So it was very manageable. So for the last bit of COVID, I think it was, it had been like 6 months. We had people get COVID, and they just went away. And I brought in tests everybody else clear to go, and we kept on training. So it was very manageable. It's just kind of like doing the right thing and putting work into it. And then I hear about other training schools just shutting down completely, and I'm just like, bro, like, are y'all not even trying to like keep the COVID away? Or are y'all trying to get y'all's money? Like, what's going on? And so so I got in there, the kids were there, and then we had a real big growth last year. So we got like 15 new students at like one time last year, and that was a big moment too. So it's like a chapter 2 for me. Like, well, how can I say the section we're in section this part of my life training wise is like section 2, right? And then chapter 2 is section 2. Boom. There's like, here's this big explosion. I'm just like, oh snap. Okay, cool. This is cool because I needed to warm up, dude. I forgot how to train people. I really did. And I would have these moments where I was training in the middle of training. I would just out of the blue just be like, I would like make a weird face. All right, guys, I got the DLC file. I remember what it is now. And because I would forget. I have to reteach myself stuff too. Like but it was great, man. Because I feel like I'm so much better as a trainer now. 1000%.
Oh
yeah. I was doing the thing where it's like monotony over and over and over, same old thing. I wasn't challenged. I wasn't having to stretch. I had not as many people to rely on in the end, but I had other people to rely on for the longest time, and now I had to stand just me and Bulldog by ourselves. And we're both different styles, different time periods mainly, and we still, but we as far as like, oh man, what is that thing? The little Pentagon thing in the sports games where it has your stats. It was like our
Yes.
stats are like real, like, okay, we got a lot of stats here, a lot of stats here, but then we're like, we missing something over here.
Yeah.
And
Gotta
that,
even it out.
I'm sorry.
I said, yeah, gotta even it out like the
Yeah,
stats.
right. We had to even it out and stuff like that, and it was a great challenge. And man, I think I haven't really talked about Bulldog. That's how I met Bulldog Walker, and like we are a good and effective team. And it's awesome because I had a lot of worries because I was like, dang, I don't have four other guys now. It's just me and Bulldog by ourselves. We're both me and we're both limited and just like we don't really, we don't do a lot of crazy stuff. I can if I need to, but it's not something I will say, hey, I'm going to teach you this because my safety's priority is number one. Safety's priority.
Right.
So I'm not trying to I don't want the guys to get hurt and stuff like that. So if I don't have someone who knows the stuff really well, we'll get to we'll earmark it until I get a guest to come in or whatever, because it's a collaborative effort. And I didn't have a collaborative effort of for the people every day. It was just me and another person. So that was the other challenge, was trying to like kind of expand our reach, because for that first little bit of time, nobody knew I was there at all. Like, and I laughed because whenever someone would I'm talking stumble across me. Whenever someone would stumble across me, dude, I'll be like, yeah, rumors of my demise are overstated. I'm still here. Like, they did. I thought you went back to Virginia. I heard everything. I thought you went back to Virginia. I thought you went back to California. I thought you were done. I thought you were dead. I was like, bro,
What?
that's how. No, not dead. That's a
Oh, okay.
joke.
Let's
But
say people spreading these rumors.
yeah, no. People that wrestlers be spreading rumors now. Wrestlers they be spreading a lot of rumors and stuff. But yeah, dude, it was yeah, I was just sneaking in the shadows, and I wouldn't even wrestle the PWF shows either. I didn't want to wrestle. I was like, I'm not wrestling. Okay, that's fine. Year later, here I am a year later and stuff. I told that to New Texas as well. I said, I ain't wrestling. I'll hang out backstage, but I ain't wrestling. I'm tired. My back hurts. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
New Texas champion, New Texas tag team champion, 2 times.
Yeah, just start ticking them off or whatever. No, the New Texas champion was before I left. So that was like
Oh, okay.
the hey, God, I'm not trying to compare myself to Shawn Michaels, but that was a Shawn
No,
Michaels like, here, take your strap, I'm out. Taking my ball, going home, stone cold, like that was that. But yeah, ever since I've been back, I've been power bombing people and freaking, acting a fool and stuff. So
yes.
again, it's the journey. So
Yes. It's funny you were saying that like you were getting pretty good as a trainer because, and I'm not saying this just because you're here, but literally everyone we talked to, they're like, JJ Blake is the best trainer in Texas. Period. Like JJ Blake is is the trainer in Texas. Like people say it on our show, like if you want to get training in Texas, go to JJ and Bulldog and Kiefer. Like these guys will teach you the proper way to get things done. And that's a huge credit because Texas is a huge state with a lot of schools, with a lot of trainers. We Reality of Wrestling is one of the biggest promotions like indie promotions in the country, and they have a school. But still, in Texas, JJ Blake is the guy. JJ Blake and Bulldog, to give credit where it's due. Both of you guys are doing amazing work down at Premier. You have a lot of great guys at Premier right now, and Wrestling on Contender Series.
mhm.
This kind of developmental league almost for New Texas. That's what it kind of feels like, right?
Yeah.
Because we got guys really trying, like really finding themselves as a wrestler for the first time. I remember being backstage at Indie Showcase and talking to Bulldog Jr. And I
Mm,
was saying that when I watched the first Contenders to now, he feels like a completely different wrestler to me. The way he's improved so much, and he's so much more confident in his ability. And he's a really humble and chill guy. He's like, oh, but I was like, dude, you are awesome. You're killing it. You got guys like the Eighth Day. This is like
mm,
their character work is so good, and they know how to get a crowd going. And add Shawn Hendricks into it too,
yeah.
and it's killer. You got the Dream Team, Casey Kareem and Danny King. who I loved. I loved them so much until they did what they did to Dustin.
Yeah.
Um, and Dustin as well, right? You have all these great young talent. Isaac Morales is killing it for you guys on Contender Series. You have a bunch of just Nick. Like Nick is awesome. Nick is so good.
Yes.
You have an amazing crop of talent. Who like what would you say about the guys you're working with right now in Premiere?
Oh man. Oh man, they keep me young. They keep me spry. They keep me on my toes. They keep me living life. They keep me being fresh. No, seriously, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're great. I couldn't ask for a better crop of people. I back to another comic book reference. I compare it to like Iron Man in his suits. You know, you had the Mark One and the 5 and the 40 and the whatever, and it's just just another generation. These kids, they work hard. Some of them have definitely had a long journey that I am so oh man, they've humbled me. They've humbled me like flat out. Because like I always kind of like had a taking my job seriously. I've always taken my job as a trainer seriously because I know what happens when this is your first foray into wrestling and you meet a bad trainer or you go to a bad school or you get with a bad promoter, whatever the case may be. So I already took it seriously, but like I am just super blessed and humbled that they trusted me with their dream. And as a result of them trusting me with a dream, it's a transaction. It's a transaction for me. I give them all that I can give from me, and Kiefer and Bulldog. We all have like we haven't not like a pact. We said it out loud, but we have committed to giving them our best. We have committed to giving them the best that we can at what we do. And for being a trainer, Bulldog and I, Kiefer helping with training and being the damnedest one of the best, if not the best, top 3 easy promoters in Texas. Um, just we just made it a mission to just do right by him, do right by him, and they work hard. They always come to training. They always show up. They don't ever. I mean, I can't even pick a broom up like to go sweep without one of them trying to tackle me, taking out my hands or whatever.
Yeah.
We got big day ahead of us. Like, hey guys, y'all good? Yeah, we good, and they commit to it, and they just try their best to be good humans. But like, we also try our best to make sure that they are good humans. And the thing about wrestling training is the moves in the wrestling is 20%, dude. Like, and I have this thing that I say to people, if your body's not right, if you're not, getting your body right, you're gonna have a hard time. If you're not getting your spirit right, you're gonna have a hard time. If you're not getting your mind right, you're gonna have a hard time. And I tell them that all the time, and I make sure that they know that they had to have all 3 of those things in order to be, successful and stuff like that. Like as far as the title of best trainer, stuff like that, man, dude. Again, it's like it's funny because I actually like don't even like whenever I like I shy away from compliments. I usually do. Like seriously, if you compliment anything other than my Batman shirt or my Batman shoes or whatever, anything
Yeah.
outside of like my stuff, I'm like, I'm all right. I'm just doing my thing. But like, no, like
Yeah.
this was a test for me. And I really do think that like I'm pretty damn good, but it's not even about the training itself. It's about the fact that like I'm working with people. I'm collaborating. It's like I don't have any like bad juju with anyone. Like if I like Lou Lamont up in Dallas, DFW. Love that dude. Love that dude. Me and him are cool. I'm not over there freaking like we don't have any issues or whatever. Houston Carson up at Lions Pride, no issues. It's about being a collaborative effort and working together with people. And again, you know, I think I'm a Batman. I don't have superpowers, but like there's certain things that I do that people don't do. That is a superpower, apparently. One of which being telling people what I think of them and like actually being truthful and being straightforward and not just trying to say something nice. So people are just like, yeah, I feel good. I just saw someone a couple weeks ago that was looking for compliments after their match. They wrestled their match, and it needed work. It needed a lot of work, and they came to the back trying to fish for compliments, and I was just like, "Yikes, that's not good, dude." And don't
I
want to talk
think
to me? Okay, that's fine, but stay where you're at. You trying to look for compliments, you don't get a compliment, boo boo face, walk away. Like I just, it's a whole person concept. It's a whole person concept, and they're on their way to being whole people. By themselves, thriving, and ever since they come through, you brought up Contender Series. Not even about the part about the actual Contender Series itself, ignoring the arcades, the developmental part. Everyone who's come through there, and I've been keeping track. I probably should have, but it seems like they have been getting more bookings and more opportunities, and that's what it's all
yeah,
about. I am 10,000% for that. Like Pac becoming the local champion. I don't know if that would have happened if he wasn't a contender, but I know because the promoter for local came up to me and said, "Hey, bro, sorry, Jaime. Hey, bro, this is fire, bro. These kids are fire, And it's like they would never gotten in front of these promoters if we didn't, set this up for them. And I love that for them. I love it for the people like I guess our adopted kids that come down to contenders and they put in the work and stuff like Shimbachi, and like Pac. The newest people like Blake Banks came out recently. Slim Seven
yes.
came out. And forgive me if I'm missing people. I'm just naming just names off my head. You guys know I'm like all over the place all the time. But like all those kids that come down and repeatedly come down and are getting bookings. That's what I want. I don't know what other trainers want or other promoters want. I want everybody to eat good because then this is the thing that when I was at Rowdy Wrestling training wise, this was like I never said this out loud, I guess. This was like my super secret plan in the briefcase. My super secret plan. Take the briefcase out, you get it, bam, open it up. You get everybody working together and bringing each other up. That's how Ring of Honor was. When Punk and Joe and Danielson and Kings of Wrestling, all those guys came through, Seth Rollins, all those guys came through Ring of Honor back in the 08, 7, 10 era or whatever. They were all on the same page, pitting on the same, like they were all working in unison and lockstep. And I think that's the reason why no other promotion or area has really grown. And I don't even buy into the whole like I hate saying like the best wrestlers in Texas, dude. But it is. It really is. I don't think there's anything to disagree with because even the people, my guys, like people that I'm like with, whatever, like the Genos and stuff, and like the Ricky Starks and Keith Lees and stuff, man, it's been getting torn up down here for a hot minute now. Like collectively, like everyone be down there eating good. You got to do it together. And there's other places that might, we're competing against each other. I'm trying to be the best trainee. This one, dude, you're a tadpole in a puddle, bro. Okay, we all need to link together and rise together. And when you got a network of people from all over rising together, the whole scene is better, the whole state is better, and that's how it has to be that way. It has. I have no interest in playing games of being the little itty bitty. We're our own little company. We don't want anybody. No, screw that. I don't care if Shimbashi comes down here, wows the world, is amazing, and gets all these opportunities. And then Houston Carson goes, look at my guy that I trained. Yeah, look at the guy that you trained. Hell yeah. And if Shimbashi gives me and Kiefer a rub and Bulldog, then cool. If not, then cool. I don't care because Shimbashi went and did what he is supposed to do. I feel like everybody's supposed to go out there and be their best person. That goes for Blake, that goes for Slim, that goes for like the first group that came out, all the DFW people that came down here. It was a lot of them. It was like Bo and like Bo Camachos, Dylan, Cravens. It was like a lot of those dudes, man. Like I want them to shine. I want them to shine. And like they're my adopted kids. They're my adopted kids, man. It's like that person that's your uncle. Like they're not related by blood at all, but they're your uncle. Hey, bro, come to the house whenever you need to. I got you, whatever I can do for you. I try my best, So for the people that are like contenders kids, the kids of contenders, just hell yeah. That's what it's supposed to be. Developmental, not for this new Texas. It's developmental for everybody. It's developmental for Texas. Contender Series is developmental for Texas, all of Texas. And me and Kiefer and I and Bulldog, dude, it's work putting that show on. It's work. It's work. And we all got stuff going on during the day. And man, by Friday, some weeks, the weekend, not for me. It's nap time for me, bro. It's like, bro, forget the weekend. I'm tired. Oh, I got a show on Saturday, and I'll do it, and I'll do it. I'll do it, and I'll do it again. I don't care. I will do it again because watching these guys take off the way they have, and then back to our kids for a second. Just in our kids. You named them. The Dream Team, Dustin, the 8th Day, Junior. It really warmed me a lot for you to say that about Junior because, and again, this is a hallmark of being a good trainer, of being a good leader in general, is realizing that you're not going to see change because you're in it. You're in the change. So you're actively participating and you're laying down the cement, you're laying down the bricks. So you might not see the wall getting built up because you're right here pitting bricks like this, but people behind you are seeing it get higher and higher and higher. You're just sitting there just focusing on one brick at a time. And Junior is, man, that kid is freaking precious. I don't care about him and his daddy issues right now. Him turning to the dark side and being a moody teenager, turning to Hellbound Walker. But that kid is a really special kid, and he's just like, man, just this boy will push some snow out the way. Like you get this boy shovel and say, "Hey, go shovel that sidewalk." That man will shovel the whole neighborhood. He's like, "Why do you do the whole neighborhood?" Well, because everybody's the sidewalk, everyone's using it. Like he's just a good kid. He's just a really good kid, and he's put so much hard work in. I'm super proud of him. Like I'm really, really proud of him. Even if I don't say it enough, like I probably don't say it enough for everybody. I'm proud of all of them. I'm proud of all of them. I'm proud of Junior. He's done great. He's probably been with me the longest since I've returned from the grave.
Yeah.
he's been with me the longest since I've came back, actually. So, and it's just nights and nights and nights. It's just me shuffling around the gym. What's this? Man, don't do it like that. Shuffle around again, come back. That's better. Keep on going. It's just like I'm like Yoda, bro. I'll just be like, I don't say a lot sometimes. I'll just kind of just like do it again. And he's put up with me and my shenanigans for a long, long time. And I think he actually has quite a ways to go, not in terms of like he needs to be better, but in terms of evolution. I think that you're looking at like that second stage of evolution right now. So all the change you have seen so far, I've thought about it. I think about him all the time, obviously, but I was thinking about him specifically, and I was like, man, there's one more stage right there. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but that's the beauty of this thing, man, is planting a seed in the ground and watering it and then having faith. The watering is the training. It's the day-to-day activities. It's the work after the show. And then you water it. Okay. And then the sun comes out. And that's where the faith comes in. Because you gotta have faith that the sun is gonna come out. You gotta have faith that it's not gonna be bad weather. You gotta have faith that all the right things are gonna happen. And that these plants, these trees, everything are gonna grow as big as they possibly can. So, I love it. I love the process, man.
JJ, that is awesome, man. I love the work you're doing right now, Premiere. I know you stray away from compliments, but for real, you're doing an awesome job. And also, not just you, but the students at Premiere are doing an awesome job. So a big shout out to everyone who is training at Premiere right now. Shout out to my good friend Lance, of course. And I wish success to all of them. And JJ, as we're wrapping up, I want to. I know you just went on a little bit of spiel right now, but I would love for you to give you the opportunity to just give a message to any of the fans listening at home. Maybe we have some fans out there who are thinking about getting into wrestling but feel unsure a little bit. Maybe they just they they love indie wrestling but they don't know the talent, they don't know where to watch. They they want to be a wrestler and they just don't know, right? Or maybe they are becoming a wrestler and they're in school and they're like, "Man, should I keep doing this?" What is your message to the fans at home?
It's possible. It's possible for the people who are thinking about getting into it and don't know where to start, or even worse, I don't know. It's possible. Just tell yourself it's possible. Work up the courage. Come find me on the Instagram, Double J Blake. Message Kiefer, message New Texas Pro Wrestling, message Bulldog Walker, and I'll get you started. Come talk to me. Just take the first step. Take the first step. For those of you who are in training, for those of you who are actively doing it, again, it's possible. It might not seem like it sometimes, and sometimes you might have dark days. Keep on going. Anything anything worth having is worth fighting for. Anything. And this dream of yours is precious to you, and nobody's going to care about your dream like you do. So just put the work in there. And biggest of all, for those of you training right now, dude, get out there and just get a big perspective. Just don't just sit in your training school and just narrow it down and just look at this one thing. Dude, go talk to different people. Be smart, research stuff. Don't just go falling for, oh, I heard this person came from here. Research that person, see who actually helped them, follow their footsteps, see what companies they went to and what companies did the most for them. And then go, oh, this is where they got their big boom. I'm gonna go check out that company and track that. Be smart. Be smart. For those training right now, be smart and do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to expand your horizons. If you're somewhere where that will get you in trouble or get you in trouble with somebody, that's not the place you're supposed to be. I promise you. I promise you. That is not the place you're supposed to be. That's it, man. That's all there is to it.
Thank you once again, JJ Blake. This has really been like one of the most fun conversations I've done. Usually conversations don't run this long, but like I want to keep talking. I want to keep talking.
My bad.
No, no, no. I
should have this part 2, bro. We was messing up.
screw that. I love it. Yeah. This again has been truly such a pleasure to talk to you and to be able to talk to people in the wrestling world in general. By the time this comes out, I think we should have released a video that I am leaving Restless. So this is one of my last conversations that I'm having with
Okay.
a wrestler, because I myself, I don't know if Lance told you, but I'm going to pursue wrestling myself.
Yeah, he did not tell me that. That is news to me.
Well, I'll be coming down to Premier Arena pretty soon to get started. You will see me there, and I prepare to get my ass whooped. So
yeah, hey man, hey, I'm a tough cookie. I'm a tough cookie, but I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna get you right. I swear. I swear in front of this camera. I swear. I solemnly swear and affirm that I will get you right if you come down to Premiere. We're gonna be rebranding soon, a new name. We're gonna be having a new, yeah, just a little something, just a new name to kind of get everything, buttoned up real nice. But I swear, I solemnly swear and affirm, I'll get you right. Anybody, you, Lance, everybody's gonna get right.
Everyone's gonna get right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as always, to the fans listening at home, stay restless.